Welcome all. This is our lecture 25 of the subject web technology, and today onwards we are going to start our next part of this, that is CSS, cascading style sheets. As we have learned about HTML, HTML tags, and many formattings related to HTML, but there was some problems in front of us that somewhere the HTML tags was rigid, means as they are we have to do like that. What will be the process when we want to change any of it, the property of the tag, or if I want, then a tag can use or can work more than one property, or a single tag can show more than one property in our page. So for these facilities we have CSS. By CSS we can add multiple graphics, multiple values with a single tag, and even we can change the property of a particular tag. So let's start with the topic CSS. In this lecture we will cover the introduction of CSS. CSS, as I told you, cascading style sheets used in the web pages, including colors, layout, fonts. We can manage these things by using CSS. Mainly, CSS was designed to provide the styles to the web pages. And the Hakom VM Lai is the creator of CSS, and it was proposed in 1994 as a styling language. And the word here we have to learn about the word cascading. What is it is called cascading? The word cascading means that a style applied to a parent element will also apply to all children elements within the parent. It means when we will use a tag and in between other tags are used, then the property that we have changed to the parent, then its inherent tags already acquire that particular property. It enables the separation of content and presentation, including layout, colors, fonts, and except these properties, CSS can modify many properties, or we can say we can modify the property of all relative tags available in CSS. If we want to create our separate CSS file for many web pages, then we can create a separate style sheet, and as the HTML file we have, we will save that particular by the file name dot html, same as the CSS file we will save by dot css. It's the extension of CSS file. Okay, the CSS rules can be set. Now we will know why to use CSS. When we are working our page is good enough, by HTML coding, then what is the use of CSS? CSS save times, as we have discussed earlier, that if we prepare our style sheet file, external CSS file, then this is the one time task, and after this we can add this particular file to many of the pages according to our needs. This will save our time. Easy maintenance, as it's provide the facility to declare the properties globally, so we have not go through the entire coding to change a particular property. We will change this particular property from a very single location. This is easy, easy maintenance. Search engines. Search engine means the changes applied to the CSS. The browser can easily learn this. Superior styles to HTML. It's true that we have some limits in HTML tags. Then the CSS will provide a powerful tools to go beyond the HTML tags. Offline browsing, it can support offline browsing, offline caches, and we can use offline websites by using CSS. Now come to our main topic, that is CSS syntax. How can we use CSS? We can learn about this in the upcoming lecture. Today we will learn what will be the syntax of CSS. CSS, as HTML have a particular rigid structure, we have to write HTML head close, title close, and then body, then other tags will open and close, and at the end will close HTML tag. Same here, the CSS have some rules which we have to follow. In CSS, we have two main aspects. They are selector and the declaration. To apply CSS to any element, we must know about that particular element and the declaration. Okay, that's the selector which we are going to target that particular tag, and the declaration the corresponding properties and values we provide. Now let's check this. This is our declaration process. We will write our selector, the curly brackets, we will write property, and this colon. Here we have to keep in our mind then when we will provide the property and value, we will not use this sign, we will use colon. Okay, and as in HTML, when we will use two properties with a single tag, we will separate these properties by a space. Here we will separate the two properties by a semicolon, and we will close this. As now take an real life example. Now see this here, h1 h1 is tag, it is called selector. We have to change the properties of h1. What is the main property h1? H1, it is the heading, or it's the largest heading. This property will remain continue with this, but accept this, we will adding two different properties with this extra. That is, when we will use h1 anywhere, the color of the text will be blue and the size will be 12. Got it this thing? Then now this h1 will work as like three properties. This will heading same as previous, and then make the text blue and the font size will be 12. Okay, this is declaration selector curly brackets property colon, this is the value, and we will use semicolon to separate two different properties. This is another property font size, we have used colon, and this is the value. And again we have close our curly brackets. Here there is no need to use these semicolon. Okay, now take an example. We have a p tag, this is used for paragraph, and same as selector curly brackets, the p will work as the color will be red and the text line will be center. Okay, you can use this in your previously prepared examples web pages, and try to use and try to be familiar with this css. In the upcoming lectures we will know about how to use, how to put, and where to put this css coding. Okay, so this is all done in this lecture. Prepare your good quality notes and be in learning mode always.